power. Peace and power to the people that struggle. Salute, salute, salute. What's going on? How you do? How you do? How you do? It's a little chilly. I'm not going to front. I ain't going to front. Yeah, I was outside all day. How y'all doing? What's going on? Damn, this light is bright. Woo-wee. Peace and power, peace and power. Hold on. Peace and power. I got to just bear it for a little while. What's going on? Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people of the struggle. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions and answers. This is a space of dialogue, a space of intelligence, integrity. This is your space, a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, a space of justice, freedom, equality. Okay? A space of love. This is your space, space of queen, comrades, and masters. A space where we are working on a united path towards what? True liberation. As my classroom assistant is, come on in. Please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Funding apps. Yes, green screens, apps with cash pals that pay. Grams out of money, unions out of Weston. Red cups, blue cups, tea cups, coffee cups. Got them ice cups. Yeah, you forgot about those ice cup fruit cups, god damn it. Squeegee Man pockets, the pastor's wallet, the collection plates and all that. Everything great. Damn it, brother, can you spare a dime? It's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you're somewhere tasting somebody's mace. Don't wait until you're getting cuffed up. Don't wait until you're getting pink slips. Don't wait until the union say, man, we don't, man, keep your dues. You done broke up stuff around here. Nah, get yourself an assessment. Get you some anger management strategies. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, book an assessment. Okay? Stop sending people outside with Porter Chuck on your eye. A pack of cream spinach on your eye. You done got busted up in the house. Listen, with slings and things, broken wrists and speed knots and all that. Stop sending each other outside like y'all just came from a Laurel and Hardy scene. Keep your hands off each other. Stop embarrassing the family and stuff. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse consultation and counseling, book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you, characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness. People, places, conversations, past traumas, events, situations that should have your alertness levels on 1,000. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. How you do, what's going on. Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Day. I was going to leave it alone. I was going to ride up last year. I was going to get at it about 6 months ago. But now I think I have to put it out there, man. We got to speak about the legacy of MLK. Yeah, and the Ofay. Yeah. Yes, so salute to MLK. We're going to get busy on that tonight. Yeah. Also, rest in peace to Earl. No, not Earl Simmons. He been gone. We know about DMX. No, this is Earl. Earl. E-Love. Uh-huh. Yeah, E-Love. You remember E-Love Box? LL Cool J, man, E-Love. Yeah. Rest in peace to E-Love. Yes. Damon Earl. Yes. Peace and power. So salute. And we send deepest condolences to his family and fans. Okay? How y'all do? What's going on? What's going on with you? Yeah, what's going on? We got some people to tag tonight. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's nice and warm and comfy and safe and ready for class. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Yes. But we got some people to tag, y'all. Somebody tag the chicken balls. Yeah, tag the chicken balls. Tell them to come into class, y'all. Tag chicken balls. Somebody tag Wiz Khalifa. Tell them to come to class. We want to know what's really good with you. Yeah, seems that y'all trying to creep up out of the closet there, boy. What you doing there, boy? We see you coming up out that closet. Yeah, tag them. It's Grip Brigade in full effect. Yeah. Somebody go tag the head nurse. I told y'all, boy, it's a lot of grippers and a lot of box going on in the county jail. Tag her. Full county jail. Bring your ass to class. Come on, tag her. Let's see who else we got. Oh, man. I told y'all stop sharing that shit. I told y'all homie was sus. Somebody tag the new Black Panther. Yeah, tag him. Tell him to bring his ass to class. Yeah, come on down, Mr. Birdsong. Yeah. That was a quick 15 minutes of fame. Yup. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's about it for tonight, man. I'm not gonna go crazy tonight. I know y'all got things to do. Ofay only give you 1 day off. Y'all got to get back to work tomorrow. Yeah. So I know y'all got to go to bed and all that. So we ain't gonna wail out tonight. Plus, class look kind of light. Look like they done went to bed already. Damn it. Well, let's see who's in here. Who's up in here with me, man? Let's see who's up in here. Put your little tweeds down. Tighten up that cap on that bottle, man. Put that bottle to the side and let's see who's in class tonight riding with us. First in class, who that? Aurora? Ooh-wee, she up in class. Aurora's up in there. Spotty spot. We see you. What's going on? First in class, yeah. And who that? Hood Senate Highlights? What up? What up? What up, Love Productions in the house? Who that? Polo God is up in here. Tay, what up? Strictly Game to Brand. LA in the house. Boy, LA County's up in here. Damn it, we see you. Philip Boom, what up? Charles, what up? Who that? Bionic Prince, what up? Boy, they up in here today. They coming through. Indigenous Warrior, what up? Ooh, they coming through. That lovely lady, what up? Ken Williams, we see you. G, Ellie, give you. Canada's up in here, y'all. The first responders. North Country's up in here. What up? Ooh, who that? Who is that? Jeff Sparks, that you? God damn it. Ooh, Philly's up in here. Big Mike Harrington. Yeah, we see you. Yeah, we see you, Mike. We see you. Yeah. You know I had to go there. You shouldn't have sent it, boy. If you didn't think I was going to go there, boy. Yeah, Dre, what up? Marguerite McDonald Music, what up? We see you up in the spot. Yeah, thanks for coming. We know you've been around the world and yeah. And we here to support you. You know how that go. When family members transition, man, we all here for you. We sending you our deepest condolences. You dig? You, wifey, and the whole family. All right? We got you. Kicks, what up? Ooh, who that? Who that? Philippe, that's Pate Philippe. Philippe, hi, Pate Philippe. What up? We see you. Uh-huh, who that? Benjamin, God damn it, Benjamin, we see you. Uh-huh, who that? Notifications is popping, Philly? Okay, we see that. C plays my sniper. God damn it, sniper up in the spotty spot. Mm-hmm, we see you. Who else is up in here? Who else? Aurora, who else up in here? Huh? Neville Chung. Mm-mm. Who that? Regina, goddamn Regina, boy, Regina trying to get the grades up. Ooh, what up, Shan? We see you. Ooh, yeah. Uh-huh, Angel, yeah. Who that? Think for yourself, what's going on? Yeah. Uh-huh. That's all y'all? That's all y'all? Who that? Kelton is up in the spotty spot. Okay. Tierra the youngin is in the spotty spot. South Jerry's up in here. Hey, Costa, what up? Jay, what up? Waterbury, Connecticut. God damn it. Mark Miller, what up? Yeah. And see, class is light. I'm telling you. The more intense class gets, the lighter and lighter the population. So you know what that means. That means this is going to be the leadership. I'm telling you. Those who sit firm and tall and been riding for the longest, I'm telling you, I know who you are. So when we are the cream and we rise to the top, y'all gonna be the first ones in line because you know everything. So that's the leadership. Nobody can come and tell you nothing different because you've been in class. You people are the leadership. Sean James, what up? Okay? Anybody that come after, they coming late. They don't know. They don't know how we think. They don't know how we operate. They don't know how we move. Don't study as much as we do. Don't research as much as we do. This is the leadership. So it's good to have those numbers nice and tight. And when we start having personal meetings, face-to-face meetings, you dig, which is always a must, we're going to know what's what and who's who. So what's up, y'all? Thank y'all for coming. Let's get to it. Okay? Now, I know what I wanted to start with. Yeah, I know what I wanted to start with. So that's what I'm going to do. Because every time I say something, nobody listen to Bliz. Y'all just don't. Some do, some don't. Okay? Some could literally sit here and I know, rip and dissect every class. Know what was said during every class. And shit, they damn sure ain't 55. We got some 95s up in here. You know? Shit. They might could tell me what I done damn it said. All right? They might could tell me what I damn it said. But the majority don't listen to Bliz. And I call shit out. I've been calling it out consistently, giving people names, because that's how they move, giving facts, making solid predictions. But I just told y'all, don't ever think that because a man is locked up, that he can't get any box. I told y'all that. I told you men's be getting some musty box whether they're in jail in the county, in the state, or in the federal prison system, in the penitentiary. There's a civilian, there's an officer. Shit. And females will give you some box, man. I told y'all. I told y'all. Right? Now look at this thing here. Just talked about it. See? Yeah, May, I see you, May. Much appreciation for the war effort, May. Get your ass to class, May, and get you into a session. Because you know you was not too far. And where's my belt? Yeah, I got a belt. Y'all think I'll be bullshitting. Okay. Keep acting up. Now listen. And we was just at this little county jail. We was just here in class a couple of months ago. Look what happened again. God damn it. Atlanta. A former contract nurse at the Fulton County Jail is behind bars after authorities accuse her of smuggling DRUGS's and contraband into the facility in exchange for digital payments. Huh? Digital payments. You know what digital payments, right? Yeah, war effort funds and stuff like that. Hey, if you gotta get it, you gotta get it. But damn it, she a whole nurse. Now, y'all thought I was playing. I told you, civilian workers will put their ass on the gate. Yeah. Now, that's a slang terminology because every facility don't have bars like gates, right? Some are old school and they got those bars, right? Like you see on television or in the cartoons, dudes got their face on the bars, right? You know, they got them in like Comstock got those bars, Nap, Easton. These are New York City facilities. Nap, they got bars, right? And gates, right? So, you know, some women are literally put their ass on the gate and give you a little taste. Yeah, man, it happens all the time. Frequently. Yeah. So look at what she done did. She had her ass on the gate for digital payment. Now, hold on. They didn't say that yet. Let's see. Okay. Naomi Marie Anthony, 34 years old. Now, 34 is prime years for a woman. 34? Already a nurse? Man, that's prime time. You're supposed to be out in the street getting some of the sweetest meat. 34 years old, a nurse on a contract. So she got little chips. She should. Anyway. Naomi Marie Anthony, 34 of Decatur, was booked into the Fulton County Jail on Thursday. According to jail records, she faces a felony charge of obtaining, procuring, and giving an inmate tobacco products without authorization. Oh, man. Oh, suck it now. The arrest follows a sheriff's office investigation into allegations that Anthony maintained an improper relationship with an inmate. According to an arrest warrant, the scheme was uncovered when jail staffers discovered an incriminating note. The note suggested that Anthony would bring marijuana, cigarettes, jewelry, and food from American Deli into the facility in exchange for cash app payments. Cigarettes and marijuana, jewelry, and a goddamn hero. That's all that could be at American Deli right there. Am I wrong? Well, what else they got at American Deli? Heroes and what else? Because they could get stuff. I don't know how Fulton County work, but if it's anything like Rikers Island, you got a lot of shit on the commissary that you could be eating and shit. So she shouldn't have to be bringing in nothing else but maybe a hero. Oh, they got wings? Oh, okay, y'all, they got wings in American Deli? So she put her ass on the gate for a few dollars to bring somebody some wings? Shit. She threw away her goddamn nursing job for some what? What kind of wings? Huh? Lemon pepper or some shit? I don't know. What's the new style, the new flavor? Lemon pepper? Huh? Cheesesteak wings? Cajun wings or some shit? Damn, Naomi. Anyway, let's continue. Investigators allege that Anthony went to great lengths to bypass security, including hiding items in her private areas to avoid detection during entry. So you mean to tell me she went to, what is this shit here, y'all? She went to American Deli to get some wings and put the shit in her grippers? She put wings in her grippers? Oh, how many wings could she put in the grippers? And he gonna eat them gripper great gate wings? Ooh wee! Whatever flavor it was, it's gonna change when she pull them out them grippers. Ooh wee! Yeah, man. Private areas. I told y'all about that. People be smuggling DRUGSs in the anal cavity in balloons and stuff. Yeah, so man, she sure went to great lengths. She must have liked it, this boy. Yeah, man. However, surveillance footage reportedly captured Anthony handing illegal items to multiple inmates. Yeah, she boofed that. She ain't cheat them wings. Because if women areas are real sensitive. You understand? Like, you can't go to the damn movie theater and be eating movie theater popcorn and then try to, massage your little girlfriend and all that. And that salt get up. Ooh, wee, that salt will burn her little private areas up. Yeah, man. Yeah, see, when you're young, you don't know no better. So you think you being fresh and she thinks she let you get little feels and you got that damn movie theater salt popcorn residue on your fingers and woo wee, you tear her little tail right on up. So she couldn't put them damn wings. If that's what y'all saying, she had wings, she couldn't have been putting them wings up there. No, she had to boof them. Yeah, she had to wrap them wings up and stuff. You can't cheek it. That shit is wings. They got all type of sauce and hot sauce and nah, she couldn't have been bringing them wings. What else they got in American Deli that she could stick up in her and he gonna eat? I don't know. Let's continue. Fulton County, the sheriff and staff immediately fired Anthony from her position as a contractor nurse upon bringing the charges. In response to the breach, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office announced it will update the X-ray detection machines at all jail entrances. So she done blew it for everybody. Yeah, sticking them hot wings up in that butt and then bring them in and you got caught. Yeah, she messed it up. Naomi done messed it up for the whole jail again. This jail is just whack. Fulton County, man. I don't know who running the show over there. That shit been raggedy for a long time. Let's continue. Officials stated the new technology is intended to address the issue of contraband being smuggled past checkpoints. Y'all gotta do something. Yeah, y'all gotta do something. While surveillance video reportedly shows Anthony handing items to a couple of inmates, officials have not specified if more individuals within the facility were participating in the Cash App transactions or receiving contraband. The arrest warrant references payments made via Cash App, but investigators have not yet discovered the total amount of money Anthony allegedly received or how long the scheme had been active before the incriminating note was discovered. So she could have been in there doing this the whole time. If she was contracted since last year, and she might have had her ass on the gate since last year. Damn. Now, check out what they also said now. She had gone out and purchased herself and our inmate matching rings. So people asked the sheriff, were they planning on getting married? Like he must have been giving her some sweet, sweet relations. Like you heard what Mama Clump said. Man, take me out, buy me some flowers. I'll give him sweet, hot relations. Yeah, Mama Clump said the flowers in the movie. Oh, Naomi said, just put it on the gate. Let me get a little bit. And you could get ready. She's getting ready to marry this dude. I'm saying. Don't hate, y'all. Don't hate. It happens. I told y'all it happens frequently. More than y'all would believe. Okay, on January 6th, the investigator looking into the situation said that they got an anonymous tip that Anthony had marijuana in her private parts to avoid detection from the scanners at the jail. And that she also had an iPhone on which she used to communicate with the inmate whose name is McKay. Someone noticed something irregular in terms of the nurse's behavior and how she was moving, said the sheriff. When confronted with the allegations, Anthony tried to hide the phone from the investigating lieutenant, but eventually admitted to the relationship with McCrae, which she admitted has started in October. So she been giving this man all type of musty box on the gate, giving him chicken. She been getting cash apps from other inmates. She probably was making sure that he had enough marijuana to make some bread, and it was running a whole little scheme. But people are upset because a lot of people done did their homework, right? Even though this is only a day or so old. No, what's today? Monday? Martin Luther King? Thursday? Couple of days old, but people went and said that the dude McCrae is a Pedialyte, that he's in there for several, like they said, he's a history of abusing, essaying kids, minors. This is what type of dude a nurse. Now, I don't care how slow or how hood or how ghetto y'all believe, she's been educated to the point of which she was a nurse, had a nursing degree. Now, some may think that that's light, but it's not. It's not. You have to know your pharmaceuticals. You got to know a certain amount of math for that. You have to know your A&P, anatomy and physiology. You got to know to be a nurse. Even an LPN is not light, okay? So she got some type of brain up here. You mean to tell me she couldn't go to pop the balloon and get her a man that she got to go up in there and mess with somebody who messes with kids on a regular, like he got a lengthy record. You see? Her belief system. And this is what I tell you. Now, she'd rather do that, and many do. They'd rather do that than deal with a decent dude in the street. Or deal with dudes that may be in the situationships and they trying to figure themselves out. But they'll go in there with dudes that rarely wash, with dudes that may be running through other dudes' grippers, with dudes that are in there for some heinous stuff, and she'll give him her musty box and get locked up and lose her damn job and her license. That's where they at with it. That's the mentality of a lot of melanated women. And I've seen it time and time again, consistently. Consistently. Yeah, consistently. This ain't new. Not for me. I told you, I done seen it play out time and time again. They be giving them dudes all type of, man, going in. And trust me, in the county jail, it goes down. I've seen it go down on Rikers Island on a regular. Yeah, I just didn't participate. Because if you giving me some grippers in there, see what dudes in there don't know is that you ain't nothing special. You alright. You may be slicker than most. You may talk a little faster. You may be able to catch one of them COs or civilians who probably square something, and this is their first, rodeo, or some extra wild CO chicks that come from the hood and want to be down and proven to themselves. See, I wrote about this shit in my memoir. They're trying to prove that they still hood, that they still down, that it's an act of rebellion for them to acknowledge these dudes who they might have went to school with, they might have hustled with, they remind them of peoples. And they'll give you a shot of that tail. Yeah, they'll give you a shot of that tail. You understand? But if they'll give you a shot and you locked up, can you imagine what she doing in the street? Because them CO dudes, they hit too. Yeah, they hit. They hit each other up all the time. Yeah. So she'll give you some box. She gonna give everybody a little bit of that box. Boy. She going down. They already locked her up. Lucky she wasn't in a state facility. Lucky she wasn't in a federal facility. So she got a little punk-ass felony in Georgia, in Fulton County. She might, do 30 days, maybe 6 months, but she losing it all. Yeah, which means she should be in a strip club by this summer. Yeah, she gonna be on somebody's pole. If she halfway decent, we don't know. But we know homie, we know he ain't the man in there no more, because he don't have no more hot wings. He doesn't have any more marijuana and whatever else she was bringing him. See, y'all don't even know the half. Them jail stories? Shit. We could do that all day, every day. Yeah. Dudes be running around with some of them CO panties. Yeah. Panties flowed through the whole jail. Yeah. Because he done told you, let's leave them right there. Let me get those, man, after you finish. Or whatever. Or tell her, go home and, bring a nice pair, when you something you done wore for half a day or so and bring it to me. And then he got 40 people sniffing. He charging dudes just to sniff them panties. Yeah, man, give me a cigarette. You can get a little sniff. All type of wild shit be going. But again, that's not a educational moment. So I don't come through here with that. What y'all gonna learn from that? Other than the behavior and the character of some women folk. Yeah, man, don't giggle. You ain't got to giggle, Tay. You a big yeah, it's real deal. Y'all think I'm playing. All type of bras and panties and little stupid shit dudes be telling, because they'll bag one. And most of the women that do that are good people, good women. They just misguided, not understanding the conditions that they're in and the situations and their authority and the dude who, it's a weird space. Like I tell y'all, a lot goes on with people. A lot goes on with people. So as we sit here and we attempt to, be on a higher level of intelligence, have our consciousness in a different space, and really believe that people want that, we got to find our people, because most don't. And they're living in those spaces, and they are what we say, Tay, performative. Everything is a performance. There's nothing of substance. You got on Louis boots because she got on Louis boots because your mama had on Louis boots because your grandmother had them. It's a performance. It's nothing in here. So she don't know. She became a CEO because her cousin been a CEO for 12 years. I said, girl, you might as well. They pay money. So now she in a situation, but she see dudes that are to her liking, to her type. And it's hard to be in that highly sexually charged environment and her little musty box don't get moist. Because shit, musty boxes get moist all the time. Again, I wrote that in my memoir. Yeah. You got to know how to deflect. Yeah. Because as soon as they come into jail, they thinking in their head. And women are some thinkers. They plot. They know what they want, when they want, and how to get it. Some of them, as soon as they come into jail, they looking for little spots that they can creep somebody through to. Women divas, women to get a shot. Yeah, if they like it, they'll give you some. They don't care where it is, who is in charge. She'll say, shit, I'm gonna get some of that. Yeah, women, they want something, they're gonna take it, they're gonna get it. They don't care what's the consequences. You see, I told you, look, homie and B-More got 4 pregnant. They was wilding. No, I wasn't tempted. Who that? Beats? No, I wasn't tempted. You know why I wasn't tempted? Because I don't deal with them like that. Especially back then. Again, everything has shifted. We're in 2026. But when you incarcerated in the late 90s and we all thinking the world gonna end, Y2K and all this other weirdness, and people were just so radical. I was extra radical behind the bar. Listen, I don't even speak to y'all. Anything I got from us, inmate to inmate. I don't need y'all for nothing. So it wasn't, the temptation wasn't there. I held myself to a different level. That's why I never got involved with gangs or none of that. Crazy? I'm a general. I'm born and raised and trained by BLA. I don't have time for this shit. That little shot of tail, she could put her ass on the gate, and what I'm gonna do after? Go right back to the damn cell and lay down. That shit ain't gonna get me out the street. It's not gonna get my case thrown out. It's a shot of tail. I'm still locked up. Fine, I got a magazine. You can beat off all that. Well, that tail is nothing, but it compromises your integrity. Because while you getting a shot of tail and this broad is bringing you chicken and all type of shit, this dude's running around jails with thousands of dollars. But you locked up. This dudes that got cash. Dudes is rolling dice in there. Dudes is wearing they Rolex chains. It's happening. But what are you doing? So I wasn't tempted, but can you get me out of here? Can you go to the damn peoples and get my case thrown out and I could walk up out of there? I'll bang you out all day on the gate if you could get me out. But I know they wasn't letting my radical black ass out. Nah, I had to fight. So it's not the temptation, it's how do you value yourself? Where do you see yourself? Other dudes is thinking, well, shit, I'm locked up. They said I can't get none. She gonna give me some. He just a cum freak. So whether he in jail or not, that's what he playing for. He playing to bust off. Nah, nigga, I need the borough. I need the whole universe. Everything. Everything. I really want to get that anytime. Man, can you walk me to freedom? Can you get my people liberated? Can you be a Sada? That's what I'm talking about. If you can't do that, all this other shit is minimal. Minimal. Everything. So I keep telling you, the Lexus with the leather bucket seats and all this shit. Yo, Oprah could change my life and Beyonce could upgrade you. None of that shit ain't about nothing. And you still a slave. Just a slave with a bunch of toys and dumb shit. No. So when you in there, you got to understand that. That's where you can't be tempted. Because if you tempted because she put her ass on the gate, you might be a snitch. You might rat. Don't nobody know what you talking about when you got that. And that's how somebody dropped the slip on her. That's how they do information. Somebody she done gave that tail to, or somebody he told. It's one of his customers. Yo, yeah, no, that's bro. That's my bro. So she gonna get it for us. And he got to hating him, dropped the slip. Yeah, she be bringing it in for him. Yeah, check her musty box. That's how it go. That's how it goes. So if y'all two can't keep it quiet, which is the best bet. So now her ass on the gate, you can't tell nobody. The fun is gone. All right? The fun is gone. You hitting the CO. Okay, so what? You hitting the nurse. But you can't say shit. And a lot of dudes don't do that. So somebody gonna tell. Right? Dude you smoking with probably is hating. Like, fuck that nigga. Blowing with him. Then he go to tell his man, yo, son, well, man, I'm like that. You know where you go to the broad and he might have shot his shot at her. She like, get out of here. A word? That's how it is. I seen a woman on the island. Good woman. CO chick, 4 kids. Good chick, was bringing in everything. And I mean everything. Dudes is in there, we sipping Henny. Everything. She was a good girl. My man had her. He go up north, some dude she was dealing with, come back down, old dude. She wasn't giving him no burn. He told. Soon as she came through, they banged her. Boom. Went down because of this old hater. Lost everything. It's a wild game. It's a wild game. So what you going to do? You either going to be different and understand that that shit ain't life. That shit ain't life. It ain't my life. You understand? So you can sit in there and play in that shit, or you can get your ass in the street and really live and start doing some things. So it wasn't that I wasn't tempted. Come on. Nah. It's just that what are you going to do? What are you going? What can she bring you in there? Can't bring you nothing. Nothing that's going to liberate you now. It's very different. I've seen other dudes play and they play for keys and they play for uniforms. They trying to get up out of there. Right? I've seen women go down for that. She done bought dude uniforms and shit. Dudes is playing for their freedom. But where you going? Y'all gotta have a foolproof plan. Because it's not just getting up out of there and out of the gate. You gotta keep moving. So how strong is she? How much resource is available for that? I said, it's a lot. But where's your head? See, homie, he a Pedialyte. He saying minors and shit. So all he playing for is some chicken and weed and a little dirty ass nut. That's it. And she lost it all for that. But the thing is, will she even be conscious enough to realize what she lost? She done shifted her whole life for that. And that's our problem. We believe that people are smarter than what they are. We believe people are more conscious than what they are. A lot of people are just dumb. They just are. So as liberators, as people who are conscious, people who are woke, we can't ever allow that to escape us. Some people are very hateful. Some people are very stupid. And they will compromise the whole entire movement. Those are the teachable moments. Because a dude like him, we would never want out in the community, regardless if we free and liberated or if we still in these oppressive conditions. We don't need niggas like that. Who's not learning. He's in jail. He's not learning. He's not being allowed to learn and realize because he done knocked a nurse, a civilian nurse, and gave him a tail and bought him some weed. So he thinking this shit is still a game. And he gonna be in that frame until it meets his demise. You dig? But we could go on and on about it. Yeah, I got millions of stories. I don't entertain with that shit. It's jail shit. Okay, so the head nurse had her grippers filled with beef sticks and wings and heroes and shit. She went down. Okay, look at that. We done spent 40 minutes on her musty ass box. What's next? We did that. We said rest in peace to E Love. Where we at now? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna save him for a little later. Let's get to the Chicken Boss. Chicken Boss. It seems that Chicken Boss and Wiz Khalifa could be transitioning, y'all. They could be transitioning. They may be moving to different pastures, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they might be now later in Skittle because, you know, oh, Mike done sent me some video. I didn't see. I don't know if most of you guys have seen it, but it was posted on January 7th. So I don't know if y'all know what Go Puff is, because I damn sure didn't know and still don't know and don't care to know. But for us in the hip-hop community, if we're talking about the Chicken Boss and Wiz Khalifa, now we already know Wiz Khalifa is very, very sus. Very sus. Doing hot karate and Muay Thai with his member out. And he's all skinny and he got them little tight ass ballerina sweats and shit on. Letting the whole world see his member. So we know that's sus. You come on. It's not women that only watch men. You know. Yeah. The now later community, they watch you. Everybody watches. So for somebody who is as famous as he is, who have had platinum success and movie scores with his song in it. We know he's a little sus. He let this girl smut him out and talking about slut walks, and he done been through it. So this little ad campaign that him and the chicken boss on, and yeah, Florida. I don't listen, not judging. You like what you like, but Florida, y'all Florida men, y'all like people in y'all grippers. Y'all do. Trick Daddy done said it. The other dude was Kevin Gates one. Them dudes like women's around their grippers. Okay, so Chicken Boss and Wiz Khalifa is in some ad campaign for something called Go Puff. Now, I don't know if it's something that you put in the air. I believe so. They didn't show it. But when hip hop think of Puff, we think of Puff Daddy. We think of Puffy. So the ad campaign itself for me is a little suspect. Go Puff. Right now, we know Wiz Khalifa is a head. We know he like them trees, them Timbers. We know he can't go. He claim him he's a junior Snoop. I didn't know Rick Ross do that. I didn't know Chicken Balls do that. So the Gold Puff, and I'm thinking, why would rappers want to be in anything associated with the name Puff? And then I'm watching this ad. And it got some very alarming language in it. Not a lot of dialogue, but from the very beginning, the chicken boss says, "Hey Wiz, I'm throwing the biggest party ever." So now I looking and it says Go Puff, and we got the chicken boss talking about the biggest party ever. Puff and Party should never be in any same situation with any rapper. It's just too new. It's too new right now. Come on now. That's the party, exactly. The party. Go Puff? Huh? What'd you say, Mr. Warbuck? Oh, Go Puff is like a DoorDash for them custies. Got it. But still, I couldn't. Who? You gonna be in the ad campaign? With somebody saying, "I'm throwing the biggest party of all time." Party and Puff Daddy? No. Okay? All right? So now, he said, "Okay, word, yeah, all right." Now, in the next space, he said, "Yo, I'm sending something to you." In which Wiz Khalifa replies, "I'm sending something to you too." Yeah. Now, come on now. All of a sudden you see him looking in the bag, they smiling, they cheesing, and then shit get a little funny. Right? Because of course, you know, Chicken Boss got that drink. What's the drink? Bel Air, whatever they drink, and you know, putting his own shit in the ad, and then it get weird because after I guess they puff or inhale whatever, they start feeling a little loosey goosey, and Rick Ross, the chicken boss, said, "Hey, what's going on with these lights? Let's go." And then women start transitioning into men, and men start transitioning into women. Now I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what part of the game is that. That's subliminal to me. I gotta call it the way I see it. Go Puff, parties, lights is funny. After you've been drinking, You little inebriated, you don't know what's going on, and people start shifting into different genders. And it's not complete because you got bald-headed women with beards. Yeah, they start transforming. They start transforming. So I'm trying to figure out the message in this ad. Okay? Then you start hearing them say little slick shit like, new year, new me. New year, new me. Yo, yo. Listen, a new you, new me, new year, and all that. And things are transitioning. Now, I'm using the word specifically because that is the word that we know, right? In every sense. So you can take this ad, this commercial, literal or figurative. But either way, I know what I see. I know what you see. They're playing on gender. After somebody smoking, drinking in a party. What else am I supposed to think? I'm saying it because, listen, let's get to it. What is gender reassignment? A decision to undertake gender reassignment is made when an individual feels that his or her gender at birth does not match their gender identity. This is called gender dysphoria and is a recognized medical condition. They keep saying that them things is medical, right? You got recreational use, you got medical use. So they're in an ad, go puff, with people transitioning. Let's continue. Gender reassignment refers to individuals, okay, whether staff who either have undergone, intend to undergo, or are currently undergoing gender reassignment, medical and surgical treatment to alter the body. People in this ad were altering the body. They were transitioning. Okay? 2, do not intend to undergo medical treatment, but wish to live permanently in a different gender from their gender at birth. Okay? Transition refers to the process and or the period of time during which gender reassignment occurs with or without medical intervention. Okay? Now, not all people who undertake gender reassignment decide to undergo medical or surgical treatment to alter the body. However, some do, and this process may take several years. Additionally, there is a process by which a person can obtain a gender recognition certificate, which changes their legal gender. People who have undertaken gender reassignment are sometimes referred to as transgender or trans. Now, I'm giving this descriptive, this very scientific descriptive, because in the ad, let's see what the director was doing. Okay? A film transition. Very funny how that is the first awareness many of us had of what cross-dressing and transgender is. That's the first, you really saw it on the street first. And I don't care what age. You usually seen it on film, whether movie or TV, okay? A film transition is a technique used in the post-production process of a film editing and video editing by which scenes or shots are combined. So, they were doing that in there. His scene, these scenes were combined. They were transitioning. What else was combined? The Gold Puff with the Bel Air. What else was combined? The rappers and the innuendos, the party, the puff. This shit is purposeful. I don't care what anybody thinks. This is purposeful. This is imagery. Let's continue. Most commonly, this is through a normal cut to the next shot. Most films will also include selective use of other transitions, usually to convey a tone or mood. The tone and the mood and them going from Wiz Khalifa to Rick Ross from one party to the next was a tone of what? Drinking and smoking and women turning into men and men turning into women. Science, creativity, art, music, entertainment is all transition. What are they trying to tell me? Okay, let's continue. Suggest the passage of time or separate parts of the story. These other transitions may include dissolves, L cuts, fades, match cuts, and wipes. This is transitioning on film. Okay? Now the technique that they was using in that, because I'm saying it, I'm describing it to you. They had women, hair gone, right? Bald all of a sudden with a beard, is still with lashes, right? Looking as a person who has completed gender reassignment. Then you had men, all of a sudden they got braids or dreads. The voice changed, right? Rick Chicken Balls Ross looked at a woman and said, Wiz, is that you? And the woman, in Wiz's voice, replied back. So that you playing on a trans community, but in what was actually being done, when you're looking at it, here it is. Although not always confined to shoot transitions, a morph can be thought of as a dissolve combined with a visual effect. So they were morphing. This is what I'm telling you, and I'm saying they changing men from women and women to men. They were morphing right in front of your face. The original video that we saw where they used that technique was Michael Jackson's Black or White, where they had all these people morphing into different people. This, however, Gold Puff at the party, listen, rather than simply blending the colors together, a morph is able to gradually reshape an object to become another object, creating a much stronger connection than a simple dissolve can provide. Okay, one famous example of this can be found towards the end of the film Saving Private Ryan. The face of young Private Ryan is slowly morphed back into an older Private Ryan, while at the same time the background is dissolved from a besieged city during World War II into a graveyard set in the modern day. Okay? There is no doubt in the audience's mind about the two men being one and the same. Just as in this Gold Puff ad, there was absolutely no doubt in my mind that I was seeing people transitioning, shifting genders, having their genders reassigned while at this party because they were drinking. Rick Ross says, if I drink this, will I turn into somebody else? That's what the chicken ball said. If I drink this, will I turn into somebody else? Who is this somebody else you turning into? Because everybody around you is switching genders. Man, goddamn it. Woo-wee. They still at it. Y'all better leave these rap people alone, man. I'm telling you. Y'all better leave them alone. Y'all better leave them alone. They not playing. They not playing. They got the chicken boss, who we already know, talking about she ain't know it. Putting stuff in women's drink. You ain't even know it. Y'all gonna keep playing. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's real out here. It's real. Somebody tag the chicken ball. Somebody tag Wiz Khalifa. Tell them to come to class. Let us know if they are stepping up out of the closet. Listen, we welcome all in the class to get this learning. Yeah, we welcome all to get this learning. So, go puff at a party, drink a little Bel Air, and you might transition. Yeah. New year, new you. Messing around with Rick Ross and Wiz Khalifa. I'm telling you, women turned into smooth head, bald women with beards. Keep playing. Keep playing. Keep playing. Okay? Huh? It's a global commercial? Damn. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Some dastardly. God damn it. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. I can't believe it. Can y'all believe it? Man, give me some purple hearts if y'all can believe it. Let me take a quick break, man. Yeah, this braid messing with me. Let me take a quick break. Come on, y'all. Can y'all believe they did something like that? Right in your face. Grip a gate in your face. Damn it. He said what? He said, this is the new me. Ooh, wee. Yeah. Did y'all see him on Wheel of Fortune? Tell me y'all seen him on Wheel of Fortune. Tell me y'all seen him with the boogie dungarees on Wheel of Fortune. Come on. Tell me y'all seen the chicken balls on the Wheel of Fortune. What the hell was he wearing? You too big to be wearing them dungarees like that. Yo, it's slacks. Yo, come on, son. Tell me y'all seen him on there. I told you I don't miss nothing. I see it all. I don't miss nothing. Seen the chicken balls on goddamn Wheel of Fortune. Smiling in the Ofay face. I seen all that shit. I don't miss nothing. Can't be around them if you can't match their energy. He's an Ofay now. Yeah. Telling you, man. Entertainment shit is wicked. Wicked. All right? Who's next, y'all? Come on. We ain't gonna be in here all night. We gonna get up off of this, man, before the damn news end. How you like that? Let's before the evening news end, or y'all want me to stay all night. It's up to y'all, goddammit. It's up to y'all, but we going to the next aim. We going to the next aim. And we going to this lane because I'm telling y'all. I told y'all before. Wait a minute, where my pen go? I told y'all before. Stop playing with me. When I'm telling y'all something about somebody, don't question me. Because I'm definitely serious about loving my people. I will never let y'all get scammed. Misdirected. There's no such thing as no new Black Panthers. Ain't no such thing, and I told y'all that. And when I first seen this shit going viral, I said, yo, man, I'm not even going to comment on this shit. But y'all wouldn't let it go. Y'all kept sharing and sharing and sharing it. Different videos, sharing. I'm like, look at this bird, this bozo. All the way until he played himself with that. Yeah, I'm going to put one of them down. They ain't going to do nothing to me. Yeah. And I said, yo, now I got to mention something. So I gave it a little something in class a couple of days ago. It's a little bit. But he hummer stunting. I told y'all this is some other shit. It's weird. Then others started coming at him. Then I had to reach out. I had to reach out to Oakland. My brother Abdul Malik. Real Bay Area OG Stomp. He was a little cub when he and them. They raised him. Yo, who this? Who this dude? It's like, yo, son, are you a fraud? But people still not listening. People going and sharing this shit. Yeah, this is what we supposed to do, man. This is what we supposed to be. Yo, I'm proud of these dudes. This dude make me proud. And I'm looking like, yo, y'all about to get hoodwinked again? And then the influx of vids against him. Calling it out. And I'm sitting here like this, damn, I called this shit out first. I've been telling y'all about every fraud that come up in your face. Every one of them. There's not been one that escaped me. Not one. Not one. I told y'all about Polite, Umar, Nasheed, every last one of them. They don't escape me. There's just basic principles of liberation and warfare that you will never violate if you real. You can't. It's impossible. And the work will speak for itself. Now, they've been tearing this dude up. They've been tearing him up. First of all, I don't care how loose Pennsylvania, the state is, Philly gun laws ain't that loose. So that should have been an alarm for y'all right then and there. Right then and there. Okay? But I'm seeing people go a different direction. I'm seeing people be divisive again and talking about, well, he's Puerto Rican. He looked like a Puerto Rican. He could be mixed. He could be. None of that shit don't matter. I don't care what his background is. I don't care what his sexuality is. None of that shit matters, because there was now later Skittle people in the Panthers. The Panthers was multi-ethnic. Did they put in work? Yep, they did. Okay, so none of that shit don't matter to me. What matters to me is the military principles of guerrilla warfare. And our people knowing and understanding that as a melanated person, organizing, you will never be armed. That's not happening. Outwardly being armed is a disaster. It just is. It is. It was a disaster when it was happening in 1776. It was a disaster in 1815. It was a disaster in 1840s. It was a disaster in 1908. 1950, we've always been armed and organized. The minute you show Ofay that, they're on your neck. It's just that simple. Individually, everybody got the Second Amendment. As a group, as a collective, you're playing yourself. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So I got to call out NFAC for that dumb shit. They information, they dropping clips. Shit is empty. Fat people in the formation. All type of weirdness. Dumbass. But shit was just raggedy. You going to get permits to hold a march, to hold a demonstration. You not liberating. You not revolutionary when you go into the precinct to get a permit. When you having rallies and you got police blockades, that means you went to the local precinct to get a permission to demonstrate. Nigga, you ain't revolutionary. You ain't a liberator. You putting on a show. Nigga, you got a permit to be out there. Simple shit. So I'm looking at this dude. First, I thought the dude, what is Pearl Birdsong? I thought he was AI. I was like, why are they showing this AI shit? Everybody been eating them. Now, the last video, and I seen he trying to cop pleas. He was doing some weird shit. Everybody that had something to say about him, he was countering it and making an attempt to give clarity and backpedal on the shit that he was saying. In the main video where he was talking about putting a hole in ice. Again, that shit didn't bother me. Why we speaking about him today is because of the other video that I seen. Now, in this particular video, he's telling people specifically to send emails, to send numbers, so he can start a WhatsApp, so you can organize. I said, oh, wait a minute. Now I got to talk. Now I got to get very serious and tell my people, y'all got to pump your goddamn brakes with this shit, because this shit is getting ugly. Now you crossing the line, sir. You talking about WhatsApp, you talking about emails and phone numbers and all this weirdo shit. And y'all know what I told y'all about that, God damn it, every time I'm getting ready to talk about this app, it slips my mind. Oh my goodness, this, it ain't Snapchat, it's a Clubhouse. I told y'all why I jumped the hell up off that shit. I wasn't on that shit for a hot month. Jumped off of that shit. When you can have up to 1,000 people on a chat on one app in one specific space group, talking about what? That's a conspiracy. So if this dude who is claiming to be the new Black Panther is trying to get y'all on WhatsApp, so y'all could talk about what? What the hell y'all need to talk about on WhatsApp? In emails. I said, now hold up, man. And regardless of what I say, because nobody listen to Bliz, you're going to have a bunch of people who not paying attention to all the TikTok videos that people eating them up on. Not going to listen because people don't know me. When I'm telling them stay away from this bozo, don't y'all give them no email and no WhatsApp number. Okay? Let me give y'all definition of conspiracy. You playing games with this shit. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let me go to these notes. A conspiracy can be described generally as a sort of partnership in crime. Legally, a conspiracy exists when two or more persons join together and form an agreement to violate the law and then act on that agreement. The crime of conspiracy was created to address the inherent dangers posed to society when people come together and join forces to commit criminal acts. An important feature of the conspiracy statute is that it enables the investigator to get beyond the first layer of visible members to find and prosecute the brains behind a criminal scheme or organization. Specific federal anti-conspiracy statutes are found throughout federal law. State statutes also contain anti-conspiracy laws. This particular article will focus exclusively on the general conspiracy statute found at Title 18 U.S.C. 371. Okay? Get it? What are the elements of a conspiracy? Well, there are basically 5 elements for the crime of conspiracy. Those elements are: you must have 2 or more persons who intentionally make an agreement to violate federal law or defraud the United States, and then 5, commit some overt act in furtherance of the agreement. If he gets your ass on WhatsApp talking about arming up and demonstrating and walking through the streets in one of y'all cities or towns, Frankie Fierce, much appreciation for the war effort. Y'all asses is going down. Do you understand? And we're not talking about the Clinton administration. We ain't talking about the Obama administration. We ain't talking even about the Bush administration. We talking about New Age 47, who's allowing people to violate every constitutional law that is on record. You gonna take your dumb ass outside and get with this bozo who popped up from nowhere, and you talking about gathering on WhatsApp to have discussions? Well, what is the matter with y'all? Based on these elements, we know that the crime of conspiracy is a specific intent crime. He already said that he intends what he intends to do to ICE. You gonna join him in that conversation on social media? Yeah, okay. Okay. See, they had to find the Panthers organizations. They had to find the Panthers offices. You understand? You know how hard it is to catch a conspiracy charge with the Panthers? The Panther 21 in New York beat the conspiracy because they couldn't put it all together. You understand? This bozo is giving y'all up on a silver platter. On WhatsApp? Y'all stupid? Come on, man. Come on, man. Based on these elements, we know that the crime of conspiracy is a specific intent crime. In other words, the government must prove that these 2 or more persons intentionally entered into an agreement to commit some criminal offense. The shit that I was hearing when I was on Clubhouse was straight crazy. What are y'all people talking about? And I was just in some regular bullshit conversation. Wasn't in nothing intense. He gonna have y'all on WhatsApp talking about y'all ideas about how to go against the grain of this government. All right. This means that in proving that there are two or more persons involved, undercover officers and confidential informants would not count because they would not have the requisite criminal intent. Also, the overt act done in furtherance to the agreement must occur after the agreement has been reached. This sounds like a straight agent, like I said. Let's go. So here's the question. So anytime two or more people are involved in a crime, there's a conspiracy? Well, only if the government can prove that those involved entered into some agreement to commit the crime and that there was some overt act committed after the agreement was reached to help it succeed. Many times this quote-unquote agreement will be proven by circumstantial evidence. He could say some reckless shit or not say it. There's an intent. What is the intent of this class? The intent of this class right here is to educate, to broaden the mind, to show you who you are, to assist with your healing and get you to a space, okay, where you seek liberation, where you live outside of the Ofay. He's gone. That's the intent. Now, however we get to it, we get to it. This shit here, what he talking about? Shit. Let's continue. For example, if it can be shown that a participant is receiving some direct benefit from the illegal activity, this is a good indication that the person is part of the conspiracy. In addition, the overt act that follows the agreement doesn't necessarily have to be an illegal act. It just has to be some act that demonstrates that the agreement is now being acted upon. Why the hell was he so specific about emails, about joining WhatsApp, about what are you talking about, homie? What are you, what? Huh? Huh? What are you talking about? Mr. Birdsong? What is the penalty? The general conspiracy statute provides a maximum punishment of not more than 5 years, as well as a fine of up to $250,000 for a felony offense. Boy, y'all better stay away. Y'all better stay away from these clowns. Stay away from these clowns. Who's that? Potential Grounds. What's up? Much appreciation for the super chat. Huh? Our chapter of BPs in Detroit during the early 70s fought against heroin dealers in community and racial law enforcement. And that's why I was never attracted to the DRUG dealing lifestyle. Stay bossmatic. Much appreciated. Will do. Yeah. Because I know for a fact, like we spoke about the other day, that he wasn't in Philly. He ain't go to the north. He ain't go to the south. He ain't run up on none of them youngins and say, yo, listen, man, y'all don't need to be out here doing what y'all doing. I ain't see him with not near youngin yet. Not near youngin. None in none of the videos. The last one where he was in some type of office space, he had a bench of, a bench. He had a bunch of portly women. He had a couple of portly women. What are you doing with them? What are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? When ICE agents start spraying people and kicking with them boots. You know, not the slight homegirl, but homegirl. Nah. She looked like she had more than enough ham sandwiches. She was not in no fighting. Listen, man, when you talking about, and I always say it, because you didn't claim to be a Panther. The repression was so real. It wasn't playing. You see what they did to Mumia. Mumia Abu Jamal is still sitting in there talking about, yo, I gotta get out. The Africans did 40 plus years. They wasn't running around with no iron. Now, what they had in there, allegedly, is what they had in there. They was peaceful. And they bombed them in Philly. Okay? What you think they gonna do to this lame? You crazy? Come on, man. Come on, man. Nah. Listen. Y'all better stop. I'm telling you, stop getting got. And you're only getting got because deep down, people hitting emotional trauma spaces because you really think that if you were alive, you would have been a Panther. You really think that, or you watching Eyes on the Prize and you reading certain things. You know, oh, I wish I would have been there because then we would never be here. And nah, man, you're here because you're supposed to enhance and do better than what they did. Did they do great work? Yes, definitely. Was it flawed? Yes. We can sit back and say, yes, it was flawed on many levels. And that's where we need to be. We need to, if allowed, get with elders who were there. I'm telling you, nobody was claiming that. Those who know, those who were actually part of it and putting in the work, they got low. They got low. Huey, distraction. Eldridge, distraction. Angela, distraction. They were gone. The people who was on the ground doing the work, who was literally getting clapped down in the streets, y'all never heard of them. You never heard of them. And the ones who got low got low. Like, yo, this is it. We gotta recoup. That's why you see them love and rallied around Pac. Tupac was, yeah, that's the next generation. We got to teach and educate and allow him to move. Y'all never seen a doc, Children of the Party? Come on now. It was a way for us to get to the next level, to get to keep pushing and pushing. I'm not no bozo talking that old rhetoric. You crazy? You could never come to New York with that shit. Already told you that. You see any Panther in New York City, he don't have it on him. I guarantee you that shit. I guarantee you that shit. In the 5 boroughs, he ain't got it on him. I guarantee he not taking that chance talking about he got a black beret and he's a Panther and he got it on him. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? You stopping the police from brutalizing somebody and you got it on you. All right, let me see that. I'd love to see it. You got one up in the chamber and you ready to pop something? I'd love to see it. I'm telling y'all right now, it don't exist. It don't exist. Guarantee that shit. So you hummer stunting if you don't have it on you and you talking about doing some work in NYC. And you don't have it on you. I mean, you ain't going to no project, no block, no nothing. With this, you crazy. You better be somebody who is known to have it on them. Known to put that work in. And not known by the police. And you no, sir. No, sir. At any given time, I'm in the 75th precinct. Yeah. They see they gonna run up on me. Yeah. They pat him down. That's just come with it. So I'm not never gonna front and run around with no goddamn black parade talking about, you crazy. Don't work like that. Can it work like that out of town? Maybe. Virginia got concealed and carry. Ohio. Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Illinois. Portland, all that shit. I don't know what's going on. Y'all can do y'all thing. You can't never tell me in New York. I won't give a damn who it is. If you ain't going to jail, you an agent. You catch a gun charge in New York and you ain't going to jail, you an agent. Police can't even run around fully armed off duty. Don't work like that. There's specific ways that everybody have to handle their firearm within the 5 boroughs. So his little strategy or whatever the hell he's saying, that shit don't move me. Nope. Not at all. I don't care what the hell, how viral he go. Yeah, I'm not in your ranks. Not at all. We got to deal with our shit different here. Yeah. We got to do our work in the shadows here. I don't know about all that hummer stunting you doing. So y'all got to be mindful of that shit. Now, in the course, okay, of what he was also saying, being that he was using a phone, a device or whatever, some type of shit, technology, it could constitute wire fraud as well. Once you start talking about donations and all that shit in the furtherance of having armed people in the streets running up on federal agents, wire fraud, 18 United States Code Section 1343. Like mail fraud, wire fraud is also one of the most commonly charged white-collar federal criminal offenses found at Title 18, United States Code Section 1343. The wire fraud statute makes it illegal for anyone to use or cause the use of wire, radio, or television communication in interstate or foreign commerce for the purposes of executing a scheme to defraud or to obtain money by false or fraudulent pretenses. It is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. A common misconception about wire fraud is the belief that the lie or fraud itself must involve the wire communication. In reality, all that must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt is that the wire communication was used or caused to be used during the course of the fraud. Keep playing. I'm telling y'all, stop pushing these videos with these clowns in it. Stop it. Y'all gonna go down hard and fast. Because if it's an agent, they're gonna let him rock. They're gonna let him do his job. But y'all ain't hear about Grandmaster J, right? Y'all ain't hear about him yet. He's supposed to been home. He had a punk ass 3 years. Where he at? Where's the other people that they got locked up in North Carolina with gun charges and all that? Talking about they was gonna bail them out and send lawyers and all that. These dudes is laying up with gun charges messing with that dumb shit. Gotta be mindful, man. Y'all got to be mindful, man. Dudes will play on your heartstrings because you are really committed. Y'all really want to see something done. You want to know what is our participation in what's going on. And I'm telling you, boy, Kizzy spit in the cup. Boy, y'all got to organize your mind and just fall back a minute. Claim y'all read Sun Tzu and y'all read all this shit. No, y'all enemies is beefing with each other. Why y'all want to get in a fight? Let them knock each other off. Shit is just weird. All right? Okay. Next up. Now, I didn't want to go in on Dr. King. I really didn't. I really didn't. But we can't keep celebrating this. He was a very special individual. He definitely was a gift. But he was a man. Okay? He definitely was a man. And if he was here today, or if some of us was present back then, you wouldn't rock like that. Nope, 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 nope. Especially if y'all had the information that you guys have now, especially with the consciousness that you individuals have right now. Y'all wouldn't be rocking with no Dr. King. No. Shit. I seen what y'all did to Jonathan Majors. Y'all killed him when he was with that Ofay, and that Ofay had him running down the street. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all wasn't playing with him. Y'all don't play with men that deal with Ofays like that. Huh? Y'all ain't know Dr. King loved Ofays? Y'all don't know that? Y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know that, right? Oh, he have a strong legacy. Mm-hmm. Strong legacy of messing with them Ofays, man. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm making an attempt because I had these notes for a while. Yeah, I had these notes for a while. And I don't know. Okay? I don't even know, because you know me, sometimes I don't even put the what you call it on it, man. The pages be going and all that, because I get from different sources, man. But there was a lot of things that, man, the way y'all say it, oh, he was married. Oh, he was married, so I didn't mess with him. And this one married. Boy, Dr. King? Ooh-wee! Dr. King was a rolling stone. Yeah. Ain't no FBI conspiracy, no... That, man, what? Shit. That little round man was going around doing his thing. Yeah, boy, he liked them some box. Mm-hmm. But he was deeply troubled and disturbed because he was deeply in love with an Ofay. And they made him quit Ofay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's documented. That's actual facts. Nah, ain't nothing dastardly about liking Musty Box. He's a man. Man's supposed to like Musty Box, man. We gonna stop that shit too. Men's supposed to like nothing. Men's supposed to like that. Men's supposed to like Box. Now that don't have nothing to do with his greatness, nothing to do with his ability to preach, with his ability to teach, with his ability to organize. Nah, man. Nah. But he was definitely in love. Definitely in love. Okay? Huh? Yeah. Hold on now. See, I got to get to certain notes. And I know it's going to be funny style because it's going to sound like I'm jumping around and shit, but I got to get to the right pages. Okay? Now, these are different people, close friends and associates that were speaking about King, right? One of them stated that because of the breakup, or because they told him, because this man was being pushed to be a leader of reverends and pastors early on. And they said, yo, you got to fall back with your loving of this Ofay. You can't do it. And he was like, nah, you can't tell me that. But look, they said that had left King as a man with a broken heart, and he never recovered. Check it out. In a way, I never recovered from that quote. As I wrote my own book on about King, I wasn't satisfied with such a short description of such an apparently devastating relationship. Certain people was the first biographers to discover Betty's last name, and Betty's this woman, and fortunately for me, buried it in a heavyweight endnote at the back of a book. Right, that endnote took me on 2 cross-country flights, spurred dozens of calls to wrong numbers, and knocks on countless doors of people I thought might have known Betty, but they didn't. This individual was looking for her because he wanted firsthand information. Check this out. From the start, Moit's and King's relationship was anything but carefree. Almost all of King's friends, including Barbara, tried to discourage him from staying with Betty, knowing what an interracial relationship would mean for his future. I thought it was a dangerous situation that could get out of hand. And if it did get out of hand, it would smear King, said one of his classmates. Okay? Yeah. But Betty recalls that time and the young King with fondness anyway. In our year-long correspondence with one of the meetings in January 2016, Betty had told the author the story of their relationship and just how close King came to walking away from his future plans for her. We were madly in love. The way young people can fall in love. She started from the beginning. From a young age, Betty Moitz had a family connection to Crozier, where ML, as King was known at that time, was pursuing his studies before returning to his native Atlanta to follow in his father's footsteps as a preacher at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Moitz's grandmother, Elizabeth, became the school's dietitian in 1933. When she retired, Betty's mother, Hannah Moitz took over the position, and she kept it throughout ML's years there. The family lived there in a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home on the campus. And Betty graduated with honors from Eddystone High School, located only 2 miles away. Betty spent many days in her youth walking over to the kitchen to check on her mother, lend an extra hand, or just hang around and chat. Despite the constant exposure to their world, Betty had no intention of becoming a divinity student. She graduated from high school in 1946 and went directly to Moore College of Art, right across the river from the University of Pennsylvania. She was a student at Moore in late 1948, when she paid one of her regular visits to her mother in the basement of Old Main, the main building on Crozier's campus. This day was different because Betty met someone new, a well-dressed, ambitious young man from Atlanta, Georgia, who was in his first year at the seminary and lived on the second floor of Old Main. He had a smooth voice and a sly smile. Ooh-wee. Yeah, at first, she and ML were just making small talk in the kitchen. Nothing would cause nearby students to turn their heads, but it continued. And they spoke on and off for the next few months. Betty learned about ML's background and his tremendous hopes for the future. Right? The Crozier was known as a very radical religious institution. So I was surprised to hear from ML himself that he had more conservative beliefs. ML's own feelings for Betty was something he tried to keep secret, though he even written to his mother about his other recent dating prospects. He would not have been at all eager to inform her that he was interested in a young white woman. Walter McCall, ML's best friend and hallmate, who went by Mac, knew, of course, but he saw no harm in helping his best friend separate himself even further from radical norms they both believed were outdated. Boy, they wanted them some of that milk, that sweet milk. I told y'all about that sweet milk. They wanted some of that sweet milk. I keep telling you, that sweet milk, boy. Listen, and although a few other students took note of ML and Betty's friendly dialogue, it was, after all, a small world inside Old Main. No one seemed too bothered. A fellow seminarian and King friend Marcus Wood, in particular, understood some of what spurred ML's attraction. I suppose he thought that, here I am, out of the South now, and not back home. Out in the open, nothing illegal, a free place. Sure, I can go over and talk to this white girl. Throughout the course of ML's first year at Crozier, his relationship with Betty continued to develop as their chats moved out of Miss Hannah's basement kitchen. Soon, ML was also making a straight 5-minute walk from Old Main to visit her at her home. He used to go over to their house quite often to see her. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got that right. That sweet milk, boy. Goddamn go. Ooh-wee. ML felt at ease with Betty. It was the enthusiasm with which he spoke on a wide range of topics that first attracted her. He would talk and talk and talk, Betty says. At first, they discussed his time in the South and how different it was from the idealized culture within the seminary. He didn't yet know how, but according to Betty, one thing ML knew at age 19 was that he could change the world. When ML returned to school the following fall of 1949, his and Betty's relationship continued to blossom. But this was also when the difficulties began for the young couple. Ooh, is getting hot. Boy, he getting that. You know, when you get that warm feeling down below. Ooh, when you 19 and young and that sweet milk. Oh, man. Damn it, Martin. Damn, ML. Man. By this point, they had become more comfortable on campus, sitting on benches and talking about their plans and goals for the future in full view of ML's classmates and teachers. This ain't a secret. You see what I'm saying? This is the history that they don't put out there now. Come on now. When asked if she had concerns about how they might be seen, Betty shrugged. I never noticed. I always had a tan and dark brown hair. But the 20-year-old ML was more aware of the potential social fallout. It is important to note that in 1949, interracial relationships were still very much taboo in the United States. Fewer than 40 miles from Crozier was the state of Maryland, where the first law against interracial marriage was enacted in 1664. The state would keep similar laws on its books for more than 300 years. Even in 1958, a Gallup poll would report that an astounding 94% of white Americans disapproved of interracial marriage. But boy, oh boy, couldn't keep ML away from that sweet milk. No. ML wanted that sweet milk, boy. Yeah, hold on now. Because this is a seminary school in PA that they sent him to. Oh, yeah. Pennsylvania was one of the most flexible states when it came to miscegenation laws. Still, that didn't mean ML and Betty could head over to the local cafe and hold hands out in the open. Members of the Crozier community, despite their liberalism, would have had trouble throwing their support behind such an arrangement. They weren't against it, but they weren't exactly for it either. Glares, scoffs, and head shakes were inevitable. Cyril, one of Martin's classmates from Panama, was worried about the relationship smearing King. He worked in the kitchen and dining hall and witnessed ML and Betty getting closer. Ooh, I knew about it. I thought it was bad, but I didn't want to get involved, said the classmate. Yeah. Now, if somebody sees you and it's getting bad, you getting close, boy, they like this. No, I don't know about that. Boy, what's that Negro boy doing? Oh, man, he got to know. Yeah, that's what they start talking. But they don't tell y'all that, right? They let y'all believe it's him and Coretta and the kids. Man, your man was all the way in. All the way in. Okay? Let's continue. Soon their dates mainly consisted of Betty driving ML around the city of Chester, ignoring the scowls of society. I listened, Betty says, and he'd just talk and talk, but she loved it. His enthusiasm, his anxious hopes to return south and help people, he was wonderful, a joy to be with and listen to. Now, if she don't care, listen, that sweet milk, if they saying they don't care about what people are scarling and looking and seeing that mean he done bust that musty box. He got them grippers. He got them. Because they are they don't want nobody talking about them. They don't even want people to believe that they count white men is getting them grippers. You mean to tell me you running around in the early 50s? You know he had a dream. He had a dream. And she gave him that sweet milk. Let's continue now. Because I don't want y'all to think we just rambling here. I want you to get a clear picture. It ain't about no speech and no mountaintop and no bridge and get... Your man loved Ofay. Let's continue. When ML's sister, Christine, came to visit him at the seminary, and she did regularly, his friendship with Betty crept back into the shadows. So when his sister came, he was like this, yo, you got to play the back. You got to chill. My sister's coming. Did we know this? Did they talk about this? Did you see this in any MLK documentary, TV show, movie? You ain't seen none of this. Why? Why? Did they not want you to know that early Martin Luther King Jr., the good Dr. Reverend, loved on Ofay? He loved them sweet milks. Sister came, he told her, yo, you gotta fall back. My sister's in town, chill. Okay? It wasn't that ML didn't trust Christine. Their relationship had always been strong. It was the fact that Christine was a direct conduit to their mother. And that was something ML could not risk. Boy, I can't let mama know that I'm in this sweet milk. Ooh-wee. Telling his sister about Betty would have meant putting her in the inevitable position of withholding important information from her mother in every letter and phone call home. And if Christine were to let slip that ML had been getting closer to a white woman, ML could only imagine the disappointment in his mama's eyes. Betty knew about these concerns. He was worried what she'd think. I'm just saying. If it's okay for Martin, it should be okay for Jonathan Majors. It should be okay for Brian Gumbel. It should be okay for Cooper Gooding Jr. and Michael Strahan and all these dudes that be in that sweet milk. Y'all shouldn't have no problem with it. Tiger don't count. He already have. Listen to what I'm saying. This is Martin. All right? And then let's continue. Over the course of ML's second year, his relationship with Betty grew closer and more public. From chats in Miss Hannah's kitchen and around campus, the couple had progressed to hanging out with Mac, ML's friend, Horace Whitaker, known as Wit, and others in the recreation room down the hall from the kitchen. Betty would watch as ML and his friends played pool. The men who worked in the kitchen and dining room used to go down to shoot pool or play table tennis Every evening after dinner, she remembers, I was surprised how well ML played. She got the nickname, y'all. She called him ML. Ooh, we ML. ML before ML, you got you so sweet. No, God damn it. Uh-huh. And their private time together was no longer limited to Betty driving ML around Chester. We did go out on dates, Betty said. He was always trying to get me to go with him to restaurants in Chester. I was embarrassed to let him know I had never been to any of those places. In those days, who went to restaurants? ML would have known that dining in a predominantly white restaurant was a risky proposition, not only for himself but for Betty as well. But their relationship was a way for him to test the limits of Northern culture. Such boundary pushing becomes easier when one starts to fall in love, and according to Betty, that's exactly what happened. Many of ML's classmates could see how enamored he'd become. King was extremely fond of her, Marcus Woods recalls, but he was also rather proud of the fact that he was able to socialize openly with a white girl. There were people who knew about them, Witt said, himself among them, but they didn't flagrantly show their feelings toward each other. ML could only trust one friend with his feelings toward Betty, and that was Mac. Around this time, ML and Betty went into Philadelphia with Mac and his girlfriend at the time, policewoman Pearl E. Smith. The four headed back to Pearl's home, and there was a moment when Betty and Pearl were speaking with each other in the kitchen. They didn't tell her anything about me, Betty says. Pearl, who was black, measured Betty up. It was true. Betty was tan, and Pearl gave her a nod of approval. You know, you could pass. Mac overheard what Pearl said, and according to Betty, rolled on the floor laughing. See, they playing games. They playing games because she got a tan, right? Oh, so she must have been Kim Kardashian, olive colored and all that. Keep playing. See, ML was playing. But y'all only hear, oh, I had a dream. And one day, and them farmers didn't get no reparation. And the farmers didn't get no benefits and no grants. That's all y'all hear. Y'all didn't hear how intensely he was involved with that sweet milk. Now, I'm just saying, we can't take anything away from him. Can we? Because I know a lot of y'all woke and strong and conscious. Yeah, no. You ain't supposed to mess with them. I'm telling you right now, this is your man. This is your man. ML's friends sensed how serious he was getting about Betty, and all of them, except for Matt, worried about how this would affect his future plans. The more we warned ML that marriage was out of the question, especially if he hoped to become a pastor in the South, the more he refused to break off the potential controversial relationship. Why would he refuse to break it off if he wasn't getting that musty box? You can't tell me nobody is talking about love and marriage ain't getting that musty box. The old man was pulling his britches down. Man, come on, man. I want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. ML's counter-argument had two components. The first, of course, was the obvious one. He loved Betty. She listened to him, supported him, and greatly admired his ambitions. He could see himself marrying her. The second was a symbolic component. Wouldn't their union also be a powerful statement that barriers can be brought down? It could serve as living proof on his belief in the idea of social integration. Late one night, after making out with Betty on a bench near Old Main, a smitten ML headed over to Horace Whitaker's apartment, Whit, while in the same graduating class was a decade older than ML and was already married with one child. ML needed guidance and thought he trusted Mac. It was time to turn to an older and more settled friend. Listen, man, this girl giving me her box. I got to marry her. Listen, they were very serious, Whit remembered. Although he was young, Whit felt a certain sense of dread in telling ML to deny his feelings toward Betty. I'm not saying he wasn't mature enough for the kind of experience, but I remember talking to him about that kind of marital situation. And we had talked about it from the standpoint that if he intended going back to the South and pastoring at a local church, that might not be an acceptable kind of relationship in a Black Baptist church. And I think he could be, valuing that in light of whatever or not it was a workable situation, knowing his own particular sense of call. 8 years later, King would say in a sermon that there is more integration in the entertaining world in sports arenas than there is in the Christian church. That was the reality Whit was urging his friend to consider. Would ML's predominantly Black congregation fully accept it if their preacher had a white wife? Was Betty prepared to handle life as the spouse of a Black Southern minister, or was ML willing to give up on returning to the South? Could he be content to remain in the North and obtain a position in academia, contributing to the Southern cause in some other way? The only time King ever made reference to Betty in public comes from a 1964 MLK biography. In it, Bennett matched the quote with a tricky set of pronouns, so the source is unclear. King, then a married father, is quoted as saying, "She liked me, and I found myself liking her. But finally, I had to tell her resolutely that my plans for the future did not include marriage to a white woman." While we already knew the decision King ultimately reached about Betty, we didn't know how he struggled with it throughout his time at the seminary. He was clearly old enough and mature enough to know even at that time that his decision on Betty would change the course of his life. And perhaps he even had a small idea of what his life would mean, for the course of history. God damn it, that is our lesson for today with MLK. He loved him, some white woman. And he definitely had that in his soul and in his loins. Because he talking about marrying. He was getting that musty box. All them late nights, all them dark benches and picnics and talking and wanting to go. Martin was getting that sweet milk. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. And he also had a little black chick, too, that became a civil rights leader. Yeah, she was with him. He was knocking her down. Dorothy Foreman Cotton. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I gets my research in. They was calling her King's other wife. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cotton was an intensely private woman, and she may have worried that her relationship with King might overshadow her remarkable civil rights work. Yeah. Yeah. She was in the tellies and all that. Yeah, yeah, man. Y'all got to do the research. I gotta know what it is. Yeah, man. Yeah. People, men is men. And don't try to martyr them and make them something that they not. Martin like that, he like that box. And it's okay. He's supposed to. But we not gonna act like, come on now. Come on. Y'all know what I'm saying. That sweet milk had him. No, he ain't never forget no Betty. Oh, man. So why they don't never talk about that on Martin Luther King Jr. Day? Why they don't never talk about that? Why? We say, oh, little black boys and little white girls. And, come on now. Come on now. Come on now, you done been to the mountaintop. There's a glass of white milk. I'm just saying. Listen. Nah. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I just got to keep it all the way 1,000. We have to sit in truth. We do. We do. I sit in truth. I don't never say I'm anything that I'm not. Anything. They don't want to acknowledge his truth. Yeah. Yeah. And he never shook that. He never shook that. That sweet milk is it's a particular taste. Yo, see, I'm not messing with y'all. We get ready to stop class right now. Right now, we going to stop class, man. Because y'all don't know how to act. Oh, man. Damn, man. I can't never come to class and just talk to y'all. Y'all always starting something, man. Sheesh. I'm trying to give y'all education. Y'all up in here talking about sweet milk and mountaintops and oh God. Man, for whoever funded the war effort tonight, much appreciation for funding the war effort. Yeah, much appreciation. Because we got a long way to go. Trust you, believe I don't like sweet milk. I don't drink sweet milk. I'm lactose, and that's it. Okay? To all my classroom assistants, much appreciation for holding it down. Yeah, much appreciation for holding it down with me. You understand what I'm saying? Huh? Um, um, man, if you got something, come on through. Promote, discuss, talk, put it in the chat, put the links there. Y'all build with each other, do what y'all do. Huh? Yeah, y'all do what y'all do. Don't believe in me, believe in my belief in you. Yeah. Believe in my belief in you. Because you are sevens, all of you. Sevens nerves. And when we deal with that, with the math, when we deal with lessons, when we dealing with a knowledge of self, it allows us to have a concept. We can conceptualize our life without oppression, without the Ofay, without misinformation and weakness. You understand? Okay. Huh? I make every attempt to keep it going. I definitely do, but it definitely gets it's work. Oh yeah, it's work. Yeah, definitely. But I appreciate y'all coming all the time. You dig? I don't you know, I don't know how much y'all intake, but you gotta intake it, you gotta walk it. You gotta be a manifestation of your beliefs. You have to. Have to. See? Martin was a manifestation of his beliefs. He believed in integration. He believed in loving sweet milk. And he rocked with that until they knocked him off. I'm telling you. So you got to be a manifestation of your beliefs. And that's all we can be. If we believe in striving for liberation, then that's what we have to do. Those are the lessons that we have to come across and walk. We can't get scammed no more. That shit, we don't have time for that. We can't fall for the dumb shit. We have to be very intelligent because the time is different and they not going to play with us. They not. They not. You dig? He believed everybody should have sweet milk. Hey, I'm lactose, so you know, I don't know. But you can have you a glass or two. We not going to judge, man. Have you a little bit of sweet milk if that's what you enjoy. You know. Mark Melano's much appreciation for the super chat. Bliz, some of our greatest scholars. Listen, I know that. We're married to Ofay's like Fanon. And yeah. So the cap needs to stop. Listen. It's never no cap. Listen to what I'm saying now. Listen to what I'm saying. Their work is their work. Their personal is their personal. But we're in a day and time now where people make an attempt to judge them. They really do. So it's not no cap. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a whole lot of them that put in massive work. And they love that sweet milk. Oh, yeah. But you can't put Fanon in there. Nah. They just showed you what happened. Didn't that kid, what's that influencer? I Show Speed or something? Didn't he just go to Algeria and they attacked him? Did he go to Algeria or did he go to Algiers? Somewhere he went and they attacked him, called him a nigga and all that. And we study Fanon to this day. But they don't consider themselves, they don't rock with us. They don't. And you have to acknowledge that. But because somebody doesn't acknowledge us, you understand? That don't mean that we fall into that. I always say that. I don't care what you believe of me. I know your history and I know who you are. I know that you have to acknowledge me as God. That's it. I don't give a damn what they think. I will not let their prejudice override my intelligence, my knowledge of self. Because then you fall a victim to them. And what their belief system is, you become a victim of their truth. So many top people Many historians and scholars who are melanated, boy, they love them some sweet milk. Maybe it's a sweetness, maybe it's a tang, maybe, I don't know. It ain't for me. Okay? It's just not. Skip Gateway, Henry Louis Gates, historian. You understand? Dr. Ben, a lot of them. A lot of them. But, so what? What that got to do with anything? You understand? I'm just making it a point that there are people who critique and judge people on that. It is. And that's a fact that we have to deal with. Why? Because they've been proven untrustworthy. So people are like, yo, how could you do that? What makes you do that? You did? It ain't me. I'm just letting it be known. And if it wasn't nothing, why they hiding it? Especially when it comes to the good Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Why isn't that common knowledge? Why do you have to dig for it and research and dig for it? Why that not on the forefront? Why do they only put Coretta right there consistently as if he never was with anybody else? You understand? If it don't mean nothing, it means something. It meant something for them to say, yo, don't do it no more, move, yo, fall back. And for him to fall back in public, now secretly, he might have smashed a little white milk, sweet milk, every city he went to in the South. Because really, that's what they were saying. But I didn't want to blow class up like that. They said he was running around freak-offs. You really want to know? That's what my research said. But I don't want to do that. Because again, it's like one of the older guards said about Malcolm, whatever Elijah was doing was his business, his personal business. And no man should be in another man's personal business. Right? You're going to take what Malcolm did, what the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did, huh? If you're going to eliminate everything he did because he was with that sweet milk, are you going to discredit everything he did because he was with that sweet milk? Because that sweet milk was he had to. Basically, that's what he was doing whenever he came around the bros. He like, oh shit, yo, telling his man, yo, let me get a napkin. Yo, hold up. That sweet milk was all what? I'm serious. You got to look at that, but there's a truth in it, and that's what gets us caught up because you don't know the truth, or we have half truths, and then we just go and make these people someone that they're not. You understand? Come on now. Anyway, that's class. I wouldn't want to be up in here to no 12:40. I got things to do in the morning. Hopefully somebody get y'all sessions in. Stop playing. I'm telling you, a lot of people, y'all not going to be happy. Y'all not going to be happy until y'all ass end up on the news. You can't skip sessions because what happens is you begin to forget. Class cannot make up for sessions. You begin to forget your strategies. You begin to forget when you're triggered. You begin to forget. Get your damn sessions in. And if you haven't had it, get your assessment in. I'm telling you. Because somebody might look up in y'all little history and find out y'all got some sweet milk running around, and then y'all gonna be mad and triggered because somebody call you out on it. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. All right? I'm just telling y'all. Get your sessions and stuff in. All right? Yeah, y'all ain't got the giggle beats. Why y'all giggling? Don't giggle. Don't giggle at them. Why you laughing at them? Huh? Why you laughing at them? Let me go. Let me go. Again, make sure you come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Okay? You got it. Just pace yourself. No negative thoughts. No negative self-thoughts. If it come in, replace it with a progressive thought. Something that is going to help you, okay? Deal with whatever you're going through. Don't let negative thoughts sit. They're going to come, but don't sit in it and allow it to take you somewhere else. It's just a thought, just like everything else. All right? Truckers, get to your destination and back. Get to your destination and back safely. And it's cold. So I know y'all ain't going to be out there with no rest stop dots this week. It's going to be cold as shit this week, Jack. So I know y'all going to be getting y'all loads in and going. Ain't nobody going to be in the streets this week. Yeah. It's going to be break. Yeah. Ladies, y'all better put something up on them grippers. Y'all going to work, y'all better put on 2 or 3 pair of tights because wee, that wasn't going to be cutting. All right? Yeah. Yeah. All right? So that's what y'all do. I'll speak to y'all soon. Okay? Reach out. Do what you do. Spread the word. All right? Birdsong is a bird. All right? We going to form a new, brand new group. Brand new terminology. Shit they've never seen before. Okay? Okay. At 55, gang. Get your